Because there ain't no way that that tall can even get close to me.
He was once the loudest man in boxing. The trash talk was relentless, the personality impossible to ignore.
Seems kind of awkward, but in this fight he's not looking.
There's a big left hand.
This right here is my good luck charm. It's Chihuahua Cruz. Everybody thinks it's gonna be a difficult fight, but I think it's gonna be a very easy fight for me. He's gonna run right into something because he's stupid.
The right hand, left hook. Romero takes the shot. Still standing. Referee intervenes. Mamma mia!
Humiliated and brutally knocked out, he was humbled, but always came back with a bang.
Ryan Garcia, that last fight against.
Love him or hate him, this is Rolando Romero. Welcome back to Fight Story.
It was at the point where it's like I truly was gonna end it all, and I heard Christ's voice, and he stayed with me. I did judo, right? I'd lose tournaments, and shoot, my dad would beat me when I lost tournaments. My dad was really, really hard on me.
Born on October 14th, 1995 in Las Vegas, Rolando Romero inherited more than just a name. Rolando Sr. was a three-time Cuban national champion who rebuilt his life in the fight game after defecting from Cuba. But Rolando's path began on the judo mat. Collar grabs and uchimatas were his world for 8 years. He only picked up the gloves when his father challenged him to it.
I put on the gloves, I broke somebody's nose. The next day, he took me to the gym again, I broke somebody else's nose.
After dismantling worthy contenders in the gym, Rolando traded the gi for boxing gloves. Armed with his father's knowledge, he turned professional at 17 with only 35 amateur fights. One thing was never in question: the power. This power was doing the rounds in the Mayweather Boxing Club. Floyd Mayweather noticed, and when Rolando approached him directly, he didn't need convincing.
Romero!
As Raleigh's journey began, opponents nosedived to their demise.
Whenever 5 fights, 10 fights, a left hook by Roley. I'll get to that in a minute. And a left hook, and Zhao is out.
His opponents thought his limited boxing experience would play a factor, but ended up with their heads banged to the canvas.
Stare. With the stare, man. Seeing how Romero fights, he's just a raw, strong.
Javier Martinez, big shot there, right on the temple. Romero, big right hand, driving Martinez against ropes.
The mass extermination resumed fight by fight. Romero was quietly building a reputation as the lightweight power bender.
That's a hard knockout right there. He hit it hard, very hard.
That knockout was just vicious. Boom!
Romero's right on top of another chopping right hand. And a left hand, and down goes Cordones. And a right hand drops him once more.
As the knockouts accumulated, so did the call-outs. And there was only one name worth calling.
Because there ain't no way that a motherfucker that this tall can even get close to me.
Ardor Zamatov's was the last poor soul to suffer.
Settle down because
Yes! Maybe no need to settle down.
tonight, but get away with it. You have to think like that if you're a trainer. That's
the end of the fight here.
Thanks to a non-stop stream of knockouts, by 2020, Rolando Romero had become a turbulent force of nature, and an opportunity at the WBA interim lightweight title had presented itself against the undefeated Jackson Maríñez.
As we look at
Maríñez proved to be a tricky customer, boxing cutely on the outside, jab first, feet moving, making Romero's power redundant.
the question heading into this fight for Roley was
Every time Romero tried to come into orbit, the jab was waiting. He swung wildly at times, hunting the finish that never came.
8, not even a 10, but going to 12. Look at rounds. Just to show you the disparity when it comes to ring experience. Big right hand that connected for Romero. Really impairing the vision. target for Maríñez to counter upon. Like that example right there. This has been a jab clinic for Jackson Maríñez.
When the final bell rang, the general consensus was clear. The Dominican had done enough. But the judges had other ideas. The gods of boxing smiled on Romero and handed him the WBA interim title.
Rolando Romero.
With the interim belt firmly clutched, Romero continued his assault.
The bell and round one, Romero. Raul as he gets tagged with a jab. Oh, and the left hook knocks Sparrow down.
4. Hurt Sparrow with the left hook in round one. He was able to get past that. Let's see if he can do that tonight.
The last couple of rounds. Oh, has hit the deck, but that's a beautiful cut.
Avery Sparrow lasted 7 rounds before he had nothing left to give.
How do you have it halfway through this 12 round?
Next in line was Anthony Yiggett, Swedish Olympian, slick southpaw, and the most credentialed man to share a ring with Romero so far.
It was later discovered that Yiggett had also suffered a hairline fracture in his jaw.
This fighter anywhere.
Oh, but he gets tagged by...
The angles caused problems early, the jab finding its mark.
Caicedo said he would have liked a lot. Using the jab, there's a couple of left hands on Romero. They hook, cross their legs, and off balance like crazy. Come on, Bird. Man, they look like they're on skip. And they're going to the body. The counter upstairs as Romero lands a solid left in that exchange.
The 5th round ended with Yiggett on Queer Street.
It goes down! In the 6th. Romero walking down. Yiggett clip.
And then the knockdown at the very end of the round. Yiggett went from perhaps winning the round.
A right hand in the 7th rattled him to his foundations.
And Romero teeing off on Yiggett with that missile-like right hand. Clips Yiggett again off balance, trying desperately to stave off the attack of Rolando Romero. He goes down again, and this time it's over.
Moments later, the lights went out on Yiggett's evening.
What do you want to do next?
I want Gervonta Davis, a 140.
You really think you're ready for that?
Yes, I want him at 140. So I'm ready for it. Time to stop him. I'm gonna knock him out. You guys gonna see the semifinal? I'm gonna knock this dwarf the f out. That's how it is. You hear that? I'm gonna knock you the f out. You a stupid f***ing dwarf, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, Mr. Your f***ing head is so f***ing big, like this f***ing big. And your f***ing little T-Rex arms, man. My dick's longer than your f***ing arms.
By 2022, Gervonta Tank Davis was soaring into superstardom, a highlight reel of cataclysmic knockouts, 24 stoppages in 25 fights, and a left hand that had been sending opponents to the next dimension.
I'm gonna tank up from round 1, non-stop, and he's gonna get knocked down 1 round.
Rolando had been calling him out for years. The trash talk had been on a siren, garnering attention and building into one of the biggest fights of the year.
And here we go, round 1. 18,970 people.
Romero pressed from the first bell, using his longer reach to throw Leather and Bully Tank to the ropes.
Only 22 punches thrown in round 1.
Back to the war right at the get-go. A good shot by Davis and a good counter. Davis.
Using the whole ring in boxing. Oh, he took a big left hand.
And then a left and holding on. I don't know if that'll be a knockdown.
Davis was in defense mode, expertly parrying shots and gliding away. Tank was patient, hands high, reading every pattern.
There's a left hand from Davis.
Letting Raleigh fall in over his punches and reset over and over.
Romero able to get that hook in there.
Left hand from Davis. Neither one of those any damage.
Yeah, when David throws that jab, beautiful body, he just missed it.
By the middle rounds, the calculation was complete. Davis began slipping the first shot and countering the second.
Jab is way
You can see the focus in Tank right now. Look at his eyes, they're locked in.
Romero kept charging, convinced pressure would break him.
Bigger Romero.
Yep, probably.
Tank was waiting for one mistake. It arrived in the 6th.
Yes. He seems kind of awkward, but in this fight, he's not looking.
There's a big left hand. Down goes Romero.
A short, compact left hand arrived on Raleigh's chin like a guided missile. The loudest man in boxing had been answered in the quietest way possible.
Left hand has won this fight.
I mean, I accepted my defeat like a man, and that's what happens. But I mean, in reality, I won. He just closed his eyes and threw the punch. That sounds like a lucky shot to me.
Rolando spent the next year out of the ring before moving up to the super lightweight division. An immediate title shot against Alberto Puello awaited until he popped dirty. The replacement was 40-year-old Ismael Barroso, a fighter who had been competing for nearly 2 decades and on his last hind legs. But there was a myth going around that he could still bang.
Expected to go the distance as we begin. Lunging forward at times.
Yeah, being with the white stance.
Romero felt the power immediately, gliding cautiously, just skimming the edges.
For Romero, of course, he was getting ready to fight.
Big knee for him.
Yeah, Romero fighting his.
There's a good left by Barroso.
Barroso swing.
Many people believe that Barroso's power.
Anytime you're in a fight with a puncher, you know it's going to be difficult.
In the 3rd, the hammer landed and flung Raleigh to the canvas.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me. Come to me.
The pensioner was winning rounds. The left hand kept finding its target, the scorecards tilting steadily in Barroso's favor.
The last time I checked.
That was interesting. I was actually a little surprised. The volume from Romero.
Another left hand by Barroso.
That Barroso's doing constantly. How do you not counter that? You know, that's one of.
For any indication, he's going to have to try to rely on his power and landed the right, but then got countered by over Romero.
Oh,
wow.
That was a nice right hand from Romero.
But
Then, Romero got his lick back.
he got on his punches.
Raleigh's left found the senior's chin, and down he went.
Knockdown despite it looking like a push.
Sensing a wipeout, Rolando swung and swung wildly.
And Romero sitting down on his shots, landing the left and the thudding right. Barroso.
High volume, constant on him. Like, you know, he's the older fighter. He doesn't like this.
Right has been effective for Romero. Barroso comes back with the right, and they are just. What the?
But the referee intervened. Barroso hadn't looked hurt. The scorecards hadn't reflected it either. Early or not, the boxing gods were smiling on Rolando again. The WBA super lightweight title was his.
Well, like I said, there's only 2 fights I want. There's either, you know, obviously the rematch with Tank, but I think there's a much bigger option. I want to go after Ryan Garcia. This right here is my good luck charm. It's Chihuahua Cruz.
The mouth was back again. This time, Rolando made the grave mistake of calling a pit bull a chihuahua.
One over here, gets punched over here, gets punched over here. Same shit over and over again.
Isaac Cruz had been on a meteoric rise, 5'4" of pure destruction.
Cruz, right uppercut, another right uppercut.
A Mike Tyson-esque wrecking ball who collected souls and had pushed Gervonta Davis to the hardest night of his career. The fans loved him. Romero was barking up the wrong tree.
Chihuahua, poodle. He kind of looks like a pug right now, so a little fat right now.
I completely understand, but you know what? Let him talk, because in the end, at the end of the fight, he's gonna be the true Chihuahua, and he's the one that's gonna end up crying.
Everybody thinks it's gonna be a difficult fight, but I think it's gonna be a very easy fight for me. He's gonna run right into something because he's stupid. So, yeah, that's that.
Touch him up.
Every story needs an antagonist. Rolando Romero share one common opponent in Gervonta Davis. Romero was stopped by Davis.
Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, commented on this fight, noting that both have evolved since those losses, but he favors Cruz due to his fighting style and ability, or the ability he thinks to withstand Rolly's power.
Cruz came out the way he always does, destructive with bad intentions loaded into every shot. There was no feeling out process. The pit bull was hunting from the first bell.
Close the gap no matter what you try to do.
Use that distance, use that reach. But you know that Cruz is going to keep on coming, especially with those overhands, rights and lefts.
Cruz has 7 first-round knockouts. Romero out-jabbed him. A lot of people thought he lost that fight. He just got hit. He just got rocked by Cruz. Cruz looking to drop Romero here in the first round. Romero's on inline skates. Isaac Cruz looking to knock out Romero, the veteran looking to hold on for dear life. Moving up from 135, Cruz has brought the power. Now he has to be careful. Cruz cannot punch himself out.
Up of the head, and he has still not recovered.
People letting all that anger out.
High drama here in round 1. Cruz continues to unload on Romero. Romero almost going down, but stays on his feet as we go to round 2.
Romero barely survived the first round, and from the second, the coroner was warming up.
There's a counter right hand by Cruz, blocked by Romero's glove. Davis was hurt in round 1, but did not go down. But Cruz, hey, you remember Romero had a good Cruz bring the power to 140 pounds. He's already rocked Romero.
Going to go up in weight as we go along. Great hook.
Right uppercuts on the inside by Cruz and the referee.
Cruz marched forward relentlessly, just winging power shots, breaking Romero down piece by piece.
We saw Cruz's arsenal has changed tactics. No, 1 minute left in the 3rd round. Oh, there's another right hand by Romero. Cruz going to the body, then going up top with a right uppercut, catches Romero. Cruz lands again, and Romero just trying to hold on.
Hard guy to tie up Cruz on the inside because he's there so often.
Cruz was on a swinging spree, coming forward with suffocating pressure.
For his first championship. From Cruz trying to keep Romero in front of him, cutting off the ring. Romero trying to throw, missing. Along the ropes, there's that shot to the body, right hand, the combinations from Cruz.
I was adapting to it, hit the body like that. See, he's not letting him out so easily. Oh,
right hand, left hook, just leaning in as he's apt to do it, 5-4, and now it is a shootout.
Yeah, Romero being more stationary now. He's staying in the pocket, and Cruz having fun with those overhand rights.
Led by the likes of Devin Haney, Subriel Matias, and Teofimo Lopez, and it's Isaac Cruz.
Again, another bunch of, and the guy doesn't blink.
Nope. For excessive holding, and the rights and lefts now from Cruz, and Romero forced to retreat. And Romero looking to land that right uppercut. Oh, nice left by Cruz.
Yeah, 1-2.
Oh, right hand.
And it got clipped with the counter hook.
By round 7, the pipes finally burst.
Less than a minute left in the 7th.
And Cruz threw a counter right hand.
Oh, there's the left right. Romero in trouble along the ropes.
Romero was on inline skates, and the health bar was emptying fast.
Barely standing. There's a left hand by Cruz. Romero retreating, eats another left and right. Isaac Cruz teeing off on Rolly Romero. Flush shots to the face. Final 20 seconds of the 7th round. Can Romero survive?
I don't think so.
His title hangs in the balance. Cruz continues to walk down Romero again, launches the right hand, left hook, Romero takes the shot, still standing, referee intervenes, Mamma Mia!
The end arrived in the 8th. Cruz closed the show in spectacular fashion. The Pitbull had answered every bark and left Raleigh speechless.
You did say he was going to be easy to hit, and I think that you did take more punches than you thought you would, so what went wrong during this fight? It's okay.
I want to tell everybody just thank you for coming out, and honestly, happy Easter, everybody, you guys.
I'd break down 4 or 5 times a day crying. I'd go and run in the shower and I just cry because I didn't want people to see my tears if I went outside. It was at the point where it's like I truly was going to end it all. And I heard Christ's voice and he stayed with me.
After the Cruz defeat, the darkest chapter of Rolando's life began. Panic attacks had crippled his body, and remnants of his childhood trauma haunted him again. But what pulled him back was Christ.
My arrogance and my pride kept holding me back. There's no way I'd be where I'm at today if he didn't.
Rolando returned in May 2025, Times Square, New York, on one of the biggest cards of the year, headlined by superstar Ryan Garcia. Garcia had built an empire on social media and stunning knockouts. But coming off a year-long PED...
You the biggest out of all of them. You a big... That's why you was a pig, right? You a little... You a bitch.
Tune in, you guys will see. Short and sweet, simple.
A quieter, more subdued Raleigh arrived at the pre-fight. This was supposed to be Garcia's coronation before a Haney rematch. Romero was the stepping stone. Shadows for 12 rounds. The boxing gods smiled on Rolando again. Rolando Romero was the WBA welterweight champion of the world.
I destroyed everything they had. I'm a 3-time world champion, 3 divisions, 135, 140, 147, and you didn't even touch. My face is beautiful still. And we're about to eat some pizza over here. And you know New York got the best pizza too.